Happy mid-morning, guys. Okay, so we are still on Thanksgiving Eve and everything here. So, first thing I want to do is acknowledge receipt of a bunch more donations for the food and toy drive. So, just kind of wanted to go through here. If you heard your name, I got everything. So, Jeff C., Lori D., Elizabeth O., Teresa A., Irene M., Wells, Kelly H., somebody who asked me to keep their name anonymous, Michael P., Amy R., Misty B., Beverly T., Honey G., Lisa C., Sue H., Lynn C., Judy L., Marty L., and Beverly G. So to all of you guys, thank you for your contributions. We are going to have a lot of fun come this weekend, come Monday. All right, but obviously that's not the point of the video. I talked to my buddy, my Army buddy Brett, yesterday, and I think I told you guys in a live stream or whatever, he took a job at the new company in Virginia, so he's out there. Hopefully he's not near Chesapeake. He's not. But he said he's going home to visit family in Indiana over Thanksgiving, and after that he has to go to Turkey, right, the country of. And, my comment to him, I said, make sure you have an escape plan just in case everything gets crazy. I mean, who knows what's going on in that area of the world. But that's not the only thing to worry about having an escape plan for. And this is something that we need to monitor. I wouldn't say worry, but definitely keep in the back of your head here that this could happen. There was an earthquake, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake that hit Turkey in the town of Düzce yesterday, which that's about 210 kilometers, 130 miles away from Istanbul. Okay. The tremors were strong enough to be felt in Istanbul and Ankara. I know, it's like, oh, okay, fine. There was an earthquake. It happens. This is what we've had in earthquakes in the last week, okay? And most of them are this week, and it's Wednesday, okay? There was an earthquake that killed hundreds of people. It was a magnitude 5.6 in Indonesia. There was a magnitude 7.2 earthquake in the Solomon Islands. Just to give you an idea how big a 7.2 earthquake is, that's the equivalent of almost 30 atomic bombs. Okay, just say it, all right? There was a magnitude 6.2 earthquake that struck in Baja California yesterday morning. Okay, those impacts could be felt as far away as Southern California. Now, you say, oh, gee, this won't happen in the United States, right? Okay. Last week, you had a 6.4 magnitude earthquake in Pecos, Texas. Okay, this was the state's largest earthquake since 1995, and this was felt as far away as El Paso. On Monday, you had a 5.2 magnitude earthquake just off the coast of Oregon. Oh, and you also had a 5.5 earthquake on Monday just off the coast of Alaska. Those are the earthquakes that have happened, with the exception of one, this week, and it's Wednesday, okay? Something you need to pay attention to. Are you in a earthquake danger area? Now, here's an interesting one for you. If I asked 100 people what the most dangerous earthquake zone is in the United States, okay, what's the most worrisome fault line? I bet 99 of those 100 people would say the San Andreas Fault, right? Hell, we had a movie with The Rock in it, San Andreas, all of California went to hell. You want an interesting one? San Andreas is the 6th most dangerous earthquake prone area in the United States. The one that the U.S. Geological Society says it's the 6th. Want to know what the other ones are? Number 1, the Cascadia Subduction Zone up in the Pacific Northwest. Oregon, Washington, you might want to pay attention. The New Madrid seismic zone, a lot of you guys know this one. This is Missouri, Arkansas, Western Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. No, I'm in a safe zone. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Number 3, the Ramapo seismic zone. That's Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. Anybody ever really think that there's a better chance for a devastating earthquake in Pennsylvania than there is in California? Yeah. Okay. Number 4 is the Hayward Fault in California. Number 5 is the Denali Fault in Alaska. And then number 6 is San Andreas. Okay. I want you to look at this map real quick. All right. This is a U.S. Geological Society map of the danger areas in the United States. Now, it was trying to figure out a little bit of what the graph meant because the legend isn't exactly super helpful. The red lines are the faults. Those are the danger zones, okay? The yellow and black lines around them are the warning zones. That's where you're going to have some sort of tremors or whatever it is, how it could be worse, all right? Then I look at those reddish zones, the bigger ones there. That's where, yeah, you've got to concern yourself with, okay? If you look at most of the East, okay, is covered by something like this, and the entire West Coast is covered by something like this. Look at the Midwest, I'm sorry, not the Midwest, but the Great Plains. The Great Plains is all covered in an area that would be flooding because of this. Now, you look at these dark green areas, and these dark greens are in safe zones. If you look at that oval that is over the Appalachians there, that's where I am. So Mrs. P and I are technically in a safe zone, so we're okay. There aren't a whole lot of safe zones in the country, and you look at them, most of them are in mountainous areas, okay? I mean, you've got the Appalachians, you've got the Adirondacks, you've got the Northern Rockies, a good portion of Minnesota, upstate Wisconsin, good portion of Michigan. That's it. But, this is something else to pay attention to. We prepare for tornadoes, hurricanes, economic collapse, illegal invasions, or invasions by illegals, let's put it this way, wildfires, whatever. Earthquakes are one of those things that can hit us too, guys. There is no safe place in the world to live. You may not live in Tornado Alley. You may not live in Hurricane Alley, okay? I mean, where I am, chances of either one of them are very slim. However, where I am, chances of wildfires are very high, okay? You need to pay attention to anything that could possibly be a SHTF situation. Earthquakes are one of them. And when we've had 7 earthquakes around the world in the last week, Mother Nature ain't too happy right now, all right? And I mean, we hear all the stories about grand solar minimum and about solar flares and the Earth's polarity shift, the poles shifting and everything like that. There's a lot going on. Prepping for an earthquake, a little difficult, okay? You have no idea exactly, is where the earth shakes, is it going to be right under your house? And, there's not a whole lot you can do at that point. But this is something just to keep in the back of your head that, okay, where am I on this map? If something like that happens, which direction do I go? Okay? I mean, if you're in, if I pick someplace here, Memphis, all right? Do you want to go east? Do you want to go west? Memphis is like right on the fault line, okay? If you're in Houston, okay, do I want to go toward the ocean? Probably not. Probably want to go probably want to go west. However, now you get into flooding areas. Just things to think about. Something like this may help you prep for something. If you're in a flood prone area like this, I don't know, maybe having something like a rubber raft in your preps might not be a bad thing, or a John boat or something. I'm just giving suggestions here. Just something to take a look at, pay attention to, and, low priority. I mean, I think we've got a lot of other more probable things than an earthquake, but with 7 earthquakes around the world in a week, it's something worth paying attention to. We'll see you around lunch. Pinball out.